Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Salmon17, and damn, I haven't been. Man, this is crazy. I haven't been done doing videos for a while lately because I've been busy, very busy with college again, and I can't find the right time to do videos. So yeah. So, anyways, of course, sorry if my hair is a bit messed up, but that's life. Um, I wanted to talk about one thing in particular, and it's Marvel. Now, I'm not talking about MCU movies, Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, but I wanted to talk about something a little bit more, and something I really enjoyed, but unfortunately, we live in a world where we can't have nice things anymore. And what is the topic I'm gonna talk about? It's called MAU. What does that stand for? Marvel Animated Universe. Now, of course, if you guys are wondering what the hell am I talking about, what are Marvel Animated Universe? Oh, you're talking about the Disney? Nope. Nope. You're not talking about the Disney crap BS with the Ultimate Spider-Man and the fucking Avengers assemble poop. Like, seriously, I am so sick of like Disney somehow has ruined Marvel, and it's not a good thing. It is insane. So I wanted to talk about Marvel cartoons that actually were amazing and even could rival well with DCAU, DC Animated Universe. Batman the Animated Series, Superman the Animated Series, the Justice League, Batman Beyond, etc. But there was a time where Marvel cartoons or Marvel animation was actually really good, and and some of you might be asking where it all started, where Marvel Animated Universe actually started. And I actually originally thought it started with one of my favorite cartoon shows, Spectacular Spider-Man, but actually the Marvel Animated Universe started with the Hulk vs. movies, Hulk vs. Wolverine and Hulk vs. Thor. And I actually watched these movies when I was a bit younger, and actually I still enjoy them till this day. Hulk vs. Wolverine was also the very first introduction for me with Deadpool's character, and Hulk vs. Thor was my first introduction towards Thor's character and his lore of Asgard. So yeah, I actually grew up with Marvel, with Marvel stories that actually were actually originated from original comics. I even watched Planet Hulk storyline and animated movie, and I actually really enjoyed it. But with those movies, I mean, damn, like those movies are not for kids. Like, if you guys want to watch something more kid-friendly Marvel shows, I would recommend watching X-Men the Animated Series or Spider-Man the Animated Series, or some of the shows I will mention now. Marvel Animated Universe with Hulk vs. Wolverine was actually the start of it. Now, some of you guys thinking, why am I comparing shows like Hulk vs. Wolverine and Hulk vs. Thor to the same level of Spectacular Spider-Man and Wolverine the X-Men? Well, I don't know if I heard this right, but I heard that if you guys don't know, there was an Avengers show called Avengers: Mightiest that aired in Disney XD, and I don't know if it's canon or not, but someone actually said that the Hulk versus movies are actually canon storylines with the Avengers: Mightiest Heroes. I'm like, excuse me, what? Like, I feel like it doesn't really fit, considering Hulk versus movies are more adult oriented rather than the Avengers Mightiest Heroes TV show, but what do I know? But yeah, but everything started for me with our Marvel Animated Universe with Spectacular Spider-Man. Now, you guys already know, I love Spider-Man. He's always been my favorite superhero since the late 90s. And Spectacular Spider-Man is one of the best Spider-Man shows ever. Josh Keaton, excellent choice for teenage Spider-Man's voice acting. And the creator of Spectacular Spider-Man is the same creator who does Young Justice and did also Disney's Gargoyles. So yeah, it is kind of cool that he did a really amazing action cartoon series of Spectacular Spider-Man. One of my favorite things about Spectacular Spider-Man is its art style, how Spider-Man moves, the way they animate Spider-Man movements. When you watch the show, you feel like you're watching a good Spider-Man show. Like, yeah, they actually did something right with this character. But unfortunately, with Spectacular Spider-Man, the show didn't last too long. It only ran for 2 seasons and it was cancelled after Disney bought the rights for Spectacular Spider-Man. Yeah, thanks Disney. Well, they bought the rights for Spider-Man, TV rights for Spider-Man. Of course, I heard Spider-Man also Marvel or Disney bought back Spider-Man license, so I'm actually kind of scared where this will go. Another show actually, I feel like it aired after a Spectacular Spider-Man or during the same or during when Spectacular Spider-Man season 2 aired, and another show that actually fits with the Marvel animated universe is Wolverine and the X-Men. Now, unlike Spectacular Spider-Man and Avengers Mightiest Heroes, I did not watch Wolverine and X-Men very much. Now, don't get me wrong, I still think Wolverine and the X-Men is a good show, but I don't know, it feels kind of meh. Like, I don't know, the way they do X-Men cartoons, I just feel like, I don't know, it feels kind of weird for me. Like, it's because I grew up with Hugh Jackman's Wolverine rather than I grew up with animated X-Men cartoons. Like, I did not grow up watching X-Men, the animated series, so I apologize for that. But Wolverine in the X-Men is actually really good. Like, Steve Bloom is voicing Wolverine again. Like, this guy, Steve Bloom, is like born to play Wolverine's character in any X-Men or interpretation. But yeah, but I feel like the real reason why I didn't watch the show too much is, I don't know, it feels kind of way too serious a little bit. Like, I understand me talking about, oh, should cartoon shows for children be serious or lighthearted? I feel like there needs to be balance between, if you're doing a kids show for younger audience, you need to balance out both the humor and the action, but not make the humor like I don't know, like She-Ra did or Legend of Korra does. But I feel like I don't know. Yeah, we need to have more serious cartoons, especially for children, but at the same time, if you want to do a serious cartoon, you need to make it appealing or make the art style a little bit more colorful or something like that. Or maybe, have something that, feels like the characters have personalities. Like, for example, I did not like how Cyclops was portrayed in Wolverine in the X-Men, is because the Cyclops is kind of like a, I don't know, I actually talked about Wolverine in the X-Men in one of my underrated action cartoon videos. Like, if you want to check out that video, I will show you you can click on the link in the description or in the comment section if you guys want to check it out. Fair warning though, my microphone is a bit loud, so it's an old video, so yeah. But Wolverine in the X-Men is a pretty good show. It doesn't, talk down towards its audience. Like, freaking hell, like, first few minutes, like, a bit of a spoiler, like, in a few seconds of, like, in very first episode, Charles Xavier and Jean Grey, like, I don't know, presumably die in the show, and every X-Men is split up and going on their own separate ways. Like, Wolverine, of course, is riding his bicycle, being the loner and all. Like, Wolverine, this is why I really like Wolverine. Like, Wolverine's character is one of my favorite. Wolverine is one of my favorite X-Men, is basically because he's a very tragic character, and I know there are other X-Men characters who are also very tragic characters, but Wolverine's story is probably the most tragic. Like, he has a healing factor, but because of that he can't really age that well, and because of that he has to see his friends and family die left and right. So it's kind of like, in some way he's immortal, but at the same time he's not. But of course with the adamantium he has poisoning his body, you know, he can live forever. So because of adamantium poisoning, he does progressively age. Well, he does age, but he does it very slowly because of his healing factor always kicking in all the time. So yeah, you have to wonder, like, this guy has been through like tragedy left and right, seeing his friends die left and right. Like, this dude, like, some people say being immortal, yeah, it's fucking cool, but if you actually, try to read some of the like, if you are a character like Wolverine who can't really die, then you should understand that immortality does having immortality does have really big consequences, and it can create a huge tragedy. But I'm getting a little bit off topic here, but I like talking about Marvel stuff, because a lot of people don't talk about the Marvel stuff, especially from the original comics, and also the cartoon series like Spectacular Spider-Man and Wolverine, the X-Men. So it's kind of disappointing, but And the last cartoon I really wanted to talk about is Avengers: Mightiest Heroes. Now, of course, Avengers: Mightiest Heroes was created by the original comic book writers, and also, they wanted to capture the original comics, but wanted to make their own twists and turns with the story of the Avengers: Mightiest Heroes. He had really good writing, he had good humor, he had good characters, he had great villains. Like, everything about the Avengers: Mightiest Heroes is basically like, it's like the Marvel version of Justice League Unlimited, and a lot of people actually, and I know that the people who made Avengers: Mightiest Heroes were heavily inspired by Justice League Unlimited cartoon series, and they wanted to create something just as memorable and as epic as Justice League Unlimited. But Avengers: Mightiest Heroes, of course, like Wolverine, the X-Men, and Spectacular Spider-Man, only ran for 2 seasons, while Wolverine, the X-Men only ran for 1 season and got cancelled. You see this? Disney, this is my double middle finger for you guys. Like, I hate. Oh my god, my brain hurts. Like, I hate when good cartoon series like Spectacular Spider-Man, one of my favorite Spider-Man cartoons, and Wolverine and the X-Men, Teen Titans, Symbiotic Titan, Generator Rex, so many other shows get cancelled and then replaced by worser shows like Teen Titans Go, Pickle and Peanut, another CalArts art style show, blah blah blah, because we can't have anything serious anymore. And it is ridiculous how shows, like really good shows, get cancelled because, companies now, including Disney, are just more prioritizing profit rather than quality of their product. And I understand it's a business, they want to earn money, but it is wrong when you make something that people want to see in the entertainment industry, but you don't put any effort into it, and you're just making it for the sake of money. I hate also the excuse they use, a lot of people use, well, it's not for you, it's for children, but you have to understand that grown-ass people are working on these shows, and if you want to make something for children, then try to put some freaking effort into it. Don't, instead of being lazy or slapping the fans of the original series that they watch in the past across the face and saying, yeah, fuck you, this is our version, you don't need to watch it because we know something better, because we have more money than you do. Sorry, I'm still pissed off about Spectacular Spider-Man being cancelled. Like, I'm not even joking. Oh my god, why such an amazing show gets cancelled? Fuck you, Disney. Fuck you. Oh my god. I hate this so much. But Avengers: Mightiest Heroes, It only ran for 2 seasons, but it was an amazing show. It had really good art style. It had Avengers that feel like actual fucking superheroes, unlike the MCU movies. And yes, I'm gonna say it again, I enjoy Avengers vs. Mightiest Heroes, then I do enjoy anything that Marvel Cinematic Universe throws at me, because ha ha ha, jokes, 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 female empowerment, wokeness, blah blah blah. Like, Jesus Christ, man, like, I understand some people like Marvel Cinematic Universe, good for you, but for me, I don't like some of the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, but not all of them, because I feel like they lack something that even Avengers vs. Mightiest Heroes didn't lack, and it's balancing out action and humor, and also it had really good villains, because it is an episodic show. It continues to tell different storylines in each episode, but also they take their time and effort to create these stories and actually feel like, the villains they throw at them feel like actual threats. Marvel Cinematic Universe, on the other hand, villain defeated, woohoo, Avengers win. Like, it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like the Avengers feel like they earn those victories. Like, for example, the biggest insult for me was how Marvel Cinematic Universe portrayed Ultron. For me, the very first introduction for me from Ultron was you guessed it, from either Avengers vs. Mightiest Heroes or the other Avengers cartoon movie that started called The New Avengers, I believe, where kids of the old Avengers are born and live in the post-apocalyptic world where Ultron rules the world and basically extincting the entire human race. And Ultron was a freaking menace. Like, he was really threatening, really a really terrifying villain, and I really loved his voice in the show. Of course, he's a machine, so he doesn't feel any emotions, he doesn't joke around, he only wants the extinction of human race because he's a goddamn machine, like a Terminator. But with Avengers Age of Ultron, they basically... I was really excited to see Ultron on the big screen. When the trailers first time showed up, they really made Ultron like this menacing, really scary villain, and I'm like, holy shit, they're doing something cool. They're bringing Ultron in on the big screen. But then I saw the actual movie, and then the movie just decided to slap me across the face and say, scary Ultron, trending villain? Nope, we're not doing that. We're gonna make a jokey ass villain who doesn't feel like an actual threat. Like, you know why they did this? Because they said we don't want kids to feel afraid. Like, life is scary. You can't just lie to kids and say life is full of sunshine, rainbows, and nothing is scary. Like, they do in some ways make the Ultron trending, but I don't feel the same fear or intimidation from Ultron in Age of Ultron, unlike I felt fear and intimidation from Ultron in the original comics and from Earth's Mightiest Heroes. But of course, we need more everything. We need to make villains less menacing, because why not? The only villain that Marvel Cinematic Universe, like I said, that did right was Thanos, because Thanos felt like trending. He has all his own ideals, and he felt like a force that not even Avengers can. They have Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers teaming up to take this guy down, but because of he has basically 5 of the Infinity Stones out of 6, he's basically like the unstoppable force, like an immovable object, basically. But of course in Endgame they basically retcon that and make Thanos, they make Avengers win, yay, but of course Tony Stark dies. But I don't know, I feel like with Tony Stark death, I don't feel the same sadness or connection that I felt with Wolverine, because with Wolverine, his death was justified. A lot of people say, "Oh, but Peter Parker dying in Infinity War is so sad and tragic." Like, I hate, but one of my biggest problems I have with a Marvel Cinematic Universe is also the fact that people are memeing it so many times. Now, of course, this is the age of internet, so memes are gonna be everywhere. But the way they, like, they make every time they make those "I don't feel so good" jokes, like, now it doesn't feel tragic or sad. It feels laughable. It doesn't really feel any impact. Of course, in Endgame, they bring back all the dead Avengers back because we need that sweet money. Like, it's like, yeah, Tony Stark died of whoop-de-doo. Like, I don't feel like. Of course, Tony Stark, I know I'm gonna piss off a lot of people saying that I don't feel the same connection of Tony Stark dying that I felt how Wolverine in Logan died, but, in Logan, he will not come back. Hugh Jackman is done playing the character, but of course Robert Downey Jr. is like like this superstar, and of course Marvel and somebody is gonna try to bring him back and probably bring him back from the dead, and like, yay, Tony Stark, here you guys go. Like Hollywood doesn't care about nowadays, doesn't care about making good stories anymore. A few years ago they kind of did, but now they don't, and it's crazy. And in Avengers: Mightiest Heroes, I feel something for all the characters. They have personalities, different personalities. Hell, they even made Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, but in the Mightiest Heroes, she's known as Miss Marvel, is also a likable character. Unlike Captain Marvel, who's basically like, yeah, I'm a female, super-powered female. I don't look at that bland face. I don't have any emotion. Like, when I watched Endgame, Captain Marvel's Brie Larson's performance, dear God, I know she wasn't in the movie for a really long time, but she never smiles, and when she smiles, she has that cocky attitude, like, yeah, bitch, I know I'm the best. Like, when she smiles at Thor, you can tell, like, yeah, bitch, I know I'm better than you. Like, you can tell, like, Brie Larson as a person is like that. So what difference does it make if she's acting in the movie? She still plays herself rather than she's playing as a character. Like Tony Stark comes back to Earth, like, completely broken. Like, he almost died from the vacuum of space, and when the Avengers are like having a hard time dealing with the fact that all of their friends and family members are just suddenly died from Thanos' snap, Carol Danvers is like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna kill Thanos. Fuck you guys, I don't need you. Like, this is the blandest performance ever. But in Earth's Mightiest Heroes, she feels like an actual character. She has flaws. That's what makes a good female character. And of course, she's drawn like a feminine person. And what's wrong being feminine or masculine? Like, I don't understand this bullshit. Like, why the hell you can't make women both sexually appealing, but at the same time try to give them personalities, good personalities, not unlike in anime nowadays, that when they sexualize female characters, they always go a little bit overboard with with the female characters. Instead of giving them actual personalities, they give them sexual desires, basically. Like, I know I'm gonna piss off a lot of people in the anime community as well, but it's really true, like, how anime does this. Now, of course, I'm not against, females being sexy or whatever, but I feel like anime especially does kind of go a little bit overboard with it. If Japan wants to do it, fine by me. I can't stop them because with Japan at least they have more creative freedom, and they do. Japanese people, especially who work in the animation industry in Japan, they have more creative freedom, and they do whatever they can to make some interesting stories, while other times they just create a show for fan service and nothing else. But you can see that with especially after good shows like Avengers Mightiest Heroes get cancelled, we barely get anything good from Western animation. Nowadays everything is just with the same art style. Every new character they create is a female lead, and we can have masculinity. Now of course there's only one Western anime that show that has masculinity, but also it is a created that it's a show that is created for both genders, female and male, and it's called Gendy Tartakovsky's Primal. And you guys know I love Gendy Tartakovsky, and he created one of the greatest shows ever, called Primal. Now, like I said, with what exactly happened to Marvel Animated Universe? So, of course, you guys know all of the shows I mentioned: Spectacular Spider-Man, Avengers: Mightiest Heroes, Wolverine, and the X-Men, are all cancelled and are not coming back. And you know why they're not coming back? Because all the current Marvel cartoons that are being made from the studio, especially from Disney, they are there to make animated shows to promote the freaking Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. Of course, some of the shows look okay, but because of that, because they're trying to hammer in all the character designs or the representation of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they sacrifice good storytelling, good animation, and good action. They sacrifice all of that just to appease to the Marvel Cinematic Universe fandom, basically. Instead of creating a good show. And of course there's also another show called Marvel Rising, where they want to hammer in the whole female lead, female superhero woke agenda bullshit on kids' throats, and it's not a good sign for animation, because all female characters need to be like strong, independent women without barely any personalities or any character flaws, and also we need to make male characters stupid as possible. Like, I actually watched a show called Amphibia, and it doesn't do that. It creates both. They have like these frog people, but no matter if they have male frogs, they act like human beings. They have personalities, and they're actually kind and sweet, loving, frogs or whatever. But of course we have male, female character. But of course Anne also has issues. She's not like super powerful, or she knows a lot of good combat or anything like that. Like, she has limits and she has problems. Like, for example, sometimes she lies, sometimes she gives bad advice to her friends, but also that always backfires, and she also always learns from her lesson, and that is a good thing. But with Marvel cartoons, they barely do that, and have Marvel characters like win all the time, or make villains complete messes. Like, they made freaking Thanos, the Mad Titan, they made him completely weak as fuck. They made him weaker than Ultron. How the hell do you fuck up a premise like this? How do you manage to do this? I do apologize if in some cases I go off topic, but I wanted to emphasize my points, especially with Marvel cartoons and also with the Western animation in general. We need good shows, and as long as people prioritizing profit over quality of animated shows, then we won't have anything good anymore, and kids will continue on being dumber and dumber. Of course, it's also the fault of parenting nowadays that people, especially parents, don't want to take responsibility for their children. children, or do their responsibilities to check out what they are watching and what they should watch and what shouldn't they watch. No. And of course the whole it's just for little children excuse. Now of course, like I said, I did a separate video talking about that, why I hate that excuse, and it is insane. It is insane when Japanese animation does 10 times better with animation industry than it does than compared to Western animation industry. And you know why why anime is currently doing better than American animation? It's because Japanese animation because people in Japan have common sense. They don't want to pander in the whole SJW agenda nonsense or whatever. They want to create something creative. They want to create something that people in many different, well, in two different genders, male and female genders, they want to create things that appeal to both genders, so both to human beings, and they want to create something with quality, while American and Western audiences, or the entertainment industry in America or in the West, are more prioritizing profit or quality, and want to hammer in the whole their stupid agendas with everyone must be gay, or everyone must be female, or men are evil, females are better. Like, just stop it. Just stop it. Stop doing that, because it is insane. This is a long video, and I'm gonna try to, call it a day. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like and share this video with other people, and I will see you guys later or whatever. This is Salmon 7 signing off.